To finish 2.1,
Overachieving.
because that's what your homework was in, was 2.1.
I'm sorry for doing my
Okay.
homework.
To finish 2.1, we need to talk about some types of word problems. So let's say you have a building.
A little building.
We have a little building over here.
Little building.
Okay. And it says you measured the shadow cast by the Aon Center in Chicago, Illinois, and you find it to be 142 feet long. So the shadow that's cast by here is 142 feet long by this building. Okay. Then you measure the shadow cast by a 48-inch post.
What lesson is this?
This is the finish of 2.1. Okay. So then you measure the shadow of a 48-inch post, and you find it to be 6 inches long. Okay. It says, determine the building's height. I want to know how high this is in feet. What do I need to do to solve that equation?
Cross multiplication.
Good. So I'm going to set up x over 142, right? Well, if I were you, actually, I'd probably change this into, and then I would say equals 48 over 6. Yes? Okay. X over 142 equals 48 over 6. So then from there, you're going to cross multiply. So you get 6x equals 142 times 48, which is 68. 60. Divide by 6. And x equals 1,136 feet high. Okay. Because what technically happened is this was feet, this was inches, so my inches cancel and I'm only left with feet. Yes. So if you cross multiply, set up a cross multiplication, you can solve for the missing building height. Okay. Another one. It says a store has $30,000 of inventory. Okay. So $30,000 of inventory in a 32-inch and 46-inch television. In 32-inch and 46-inch televisions. 32-inch, 46-inch. The profit on a 32-inch set is 22%. So on a 32-inch, the profit is 22%. On a 46-inch set, the profit is 40%. The profit for the entire stock is 35%. How much was invested in each type of television? So they want to know how many televisions of each, okay, or how much money was invested into each television. So you have to take the total profit. The total profit is 35%. Okay.
It's just a mini hard cramp.
You have to take the total profit, but we don't know what the total profit is because we know that there is $30,000 into it minus the total profit. So $30,000 minus X, okay? And you're going to set that equal to the inventory of the 46-inch set TV. The 32-inch set TV we can represent with just X because if this is X, this is 30,000 minus X. Okay? That's how I get two of my things. The 32-inch set, how much profit do you make off of the 32-inch set? 22%. So if I take 0.22x, okay, and I make 40% off of a 36-inch, and I take 0.4 times 30,000 minus x, I can figure out what percentage it is. And I'm going to set that equal to your total profit. Your total profit is 35% of $30,000. That's what you're starting with. So my total profit would be, what, 10,000 something? $10,500. So I said 10,500 equal to 0.22x plus 0.40 times 30,000 minus x. From there, I can solve 10,500 equals 0.22x plus 0.4 times 30,000, which is 12,000 minus 0.4 dx. So 10,5 equals negative 0.18x plus 12,000. Subtract 12,000 from both sides. Negative 1,500 equals negative 0.18. Divide by negative 0.18. And x would be $8,333.33. So $8,333 is your total profit off of the $30,000 you have in storage. Wish I could make $8,000 of profit off of something. On page 164, okay, you're gonna need page 164.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Okay, on page 164 in your book, there are a list of formulas. You'll need those. It's the area and perimeter of a square, rectangle, circle, triangle, sphere, right circular cylinder, a rectangular solid, the volumes for these, and the cube. There's also an equation for temperature, simple interest, compound interest, and distance, okay? You're also going to have to be able to take equations. Let's say they have a cylinder, okay? And it says that a can has a volume of 600 cubic centimeters, okay? And a radius of 4 centimeters. So this radius is 4 centimeters. And it says find the height of the can. So they want to know, what is this part here? Yeah. Okay. The equation for volume of a cylinder, this is why you'll need this page, is pi r squared times your height. Pi r squared times your height. So how could I solve this? How can I set this up to solve this? What do I need to do? How can I set up an equation to solve for my height? Is this equation right now in height equals form? No, so what do I need to do to that equation first? Put it in height equals form. How do I get rid of pi r squared from this side of the equation? Is it being added to the height right now? It's being multiplied, so you're not, yes, so you're dividing. So I'm gonna divide by pi r squared, so that you get height equals the volume over pi r squared. Okay, now let's fill in what we know. Do we know the volume?
Sure.
Yes, it's 600 centimeters cubed. We know what pi is. Do we know the radius? What is it? 4 squared equals the height. So now, all I have to do is take 600 and divide it by pi times 4 squared. 4 squared is 16, right? So 600 divided by pi times 4 squared equals, and you should get a height of 11.94. So it's about equal to 11.94 centimeters. Okay. You might also have to rearrange equations in what you're doing tonight. So this is the stuff you're focusing on tonight, solving equations.